What's up, guys? Good morning. So what if you could enjoy more family time without back pain, without sciatica going down your legs, without, these herniated discs or stenosis holding you back? Maybe you've been diagnosed with that from your doctor. And what really hit me to talk about this was, I call him one of my star clients, Kyle, and he dealt with pain for 16 years before finding me, before reaching out to me. And he's 40 now, 40, two young kids. And he identified with this pain. And I remember him telling me, just he could barely pick up his child. His child was just born. He could pick him up, but the pain was so bad. So there's always so much fear prior to picking up his child. And then he would do it, but then he'd be in so much pain, and then it would linger. Then it'd affect him at his work. So he sits at a desk, works from home, so just in constant pain. So, and he's a perfect example. So started working with him. Now he's pain free. He's lost 20. Let's see. He was at 220, 225. Now he's down to 195. So it was at 25, 30 pounds. So very significant transformation. Back pain, lost a bunch of weight. He's built strength. And more importantly than all that, I was just talking with him yesterday. He's now able to lift up his kids without pain. He's able to run with his kids. He's able to work without pain. And it has completely changed his life. So I just wanted to come on here and talk about back pain. I've been getting a lot back pain, sciatica. People telling me that they're diagnosed with herniated discs, especially. Sometimes I'll get stenosis, but usually stenosis is a little bit later in life. My clients is more of the herniated discs. And majority of clients I work with are they're busy parents, professionals, entrepreneurs. Sometimes I call them parentpreneurs. That's what I am. I feel like everyone should be a parentpreneur, but I'm biased. But the thing I want to inform you guys is, remember that majority of your pain does not start in the back, does not start in the leg. It's all derived from your brain. So pain, we have to understand pain first. No pain, no gain. And I'm sure you've heard that before, but think of no as KNOW. No pain, no gain. So you got to know it, you got to understand it prior to treating it. So even though you're getting the back pain, the sciatica, it all starts in your mind. It starts with there's different triggers, there's emotions, there's so many components to it. So it's learning how to control your thoughts first. It's learning that you're not identified by your pain, your back pain, your herniated discs. So it's understanding that first, then you can treat it. So I can't tell you how many people I've attempted to help, but we weren't able to get through this step. So then I gave them all the exercises they needed, but they couldn't get past this step. So they would get a little bit of relief, but there's no long-term relief. So, and this was really when I was back in the traditional PT world. We were able to go so far again because I'm getting just a certain amount of time with them. I'm not getting time in between the appointments. And this stuff takes some time to really root. So we got to start there before movement. And also remember, pain does not mean damage. So just because you're in pain doesn't mean you're damaging yourself. And, with your kids, it's so important, right? To address this pain, to go from being on the sidelines to what's up, Smitty? So going from being on the sidelines to being on the field with them, that's all ultimately what we all want. We want to be on the field with our kids. We want to be running around with them. Want to be I always like to use the analogy throwing blocks for them. we want to be there, interact, play with them, right? So the key again is knowing the root cause, understanding the pain, and then addressing it correctly. So a lot of people, a lot of therapists, chiropractors, doctors would just give you some few stretches. Okay, you're in back pain, you have sciatica, do these little stretches, but they're only going to take you so far. They're Again, they might give you some short-term relief, but the what the majority of people need is one to understand and control their thoughts, but then now we just start strengthening. We need more movement. We need strengthening. We need the correct movements for the low back, and that's how you're going to get the long term success. So I always tell my parents, parents that are busy running around with their kids, then they go from that to working at a desk. You must take breaks every 30 minutes. And it's not just taking breaks. It, because what happens, and I struggle with this too, we'll put a timer on, we'll take a break, but then we're so like wired that one, it's hard to leave. Like a lot of times our timer will go off and we don't actually leave. But then if we go off, then we're just thinking about work or we get on our phone. That's not a true break. So it's really disconnecting yourself from work, from these dopamine hits. So I recommend walking. I recommend doing a few exercises. I recommend meditating and praying. Those are the best things you can do. That's tip number one. Another action step you can do is strengthen your core the right way. So it's not about just doing some ab exercises or doing some bridges or some planks. Yes, those can be helpful, but think of your core as anywhere from your midsection, to your hip flexors, to your hamstrings, to your glutes, to your low back muscles. All this is your core. So you need all this stronger to protect your back, to heal your back, to help with the sciatica, the nerve impingement, the herniated discs. All of this is needed. So doing things like deadlifts, doing things like squats, doing things like hip thrusts, marching, all these things are crucial to relieve your pain and stay out of pain. So there's again, those are some of the exercises. There's multiple exercises, but the key is consistency. The key is loading correctly. Majority of people don't load enough. So again, just do some stretches, or maybe they'll do some deadlifts, but they're only doing 5 pounds and they stay there. That's not enough. The correct progressive overload is key to strengthen your back correctly, strengthen your core correctly, to get out of pain and stay out of pain. And then the third tip I want to share with you guys is the importance of sleep. So many of us parents do not get enough sleep, especially if you're in a season like me, young kids. I have 3 kids under 3, constantly waking us up. So we have to be very intentional with decluttering our minds before we go to sleep. So 2 hours before, no electronic devices. Get the kids asleep as soon as possible. Have intentional time with your spouse, your loved one. Connect. That'll put you in a more peaceful state, and get to sleep after a little bit of connection. Get to sleep. What's happening, Anna? Came on a little earlier. So it's crucial to get that connection, get that intentional time, because it'll put you in a peaceful state. And Anna, this will help you because I know sleep has been an important thing. That's the step I just got into here. But having that connection, being intentional with your spouse is so important to put you in a peaceful state. And again, kids are asleep, try to get to sleep as soon just a little bit like after them, right? So then you're sleeping while they're sleeping. That's so massive. So massive. Try to get 7 to 9 hours. I also recommend doing a little routine before sleep, a little exercise routine before sleep and after sleep. That'll help calm your nervous system. It'll help loosen, especially doing some like active mobility, loosen your body prior to sleep. So important, guys. Super important. So those are the three steps I want to leave you. Help with your pain is it's again daily movements, but again, don't just put a timer and think that's enough. Like we have to leave the computer, we have to leave the cell phone, really take a break, move, meditate, pray. That's one. Two is strengthen the core the right way. Core is your hip flexors, your glutes, your low back, your hamstrings. All of this is part of your core. So we have to strengthen that and then getting enough sleep. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys. I've been just getting so many people, especially this back pain, sciatica, them telling me about the herniated disc. They're fearful to move, fearful to lift their kids, be in an active lifestyle. So I hope this helps you to understand it more, especially the truth behind no pain, no gain. Again, we have to know the pain, we have to understand the pain, we have to be able to control our thoughts, and that's how you get the gain. That's how you get the gain of a pain-free lifestyle. Get back to an active lifestyle. Now you're on the field with your kids instead of being on the sidelines. And this is how you get long-term relief, success, building the correct habits, doing the correct things, being in constant movement. Because everything's against us with the movement. We're just sitting constantly for our work. We sit, even when we're eating, like at a restaurant, the kitchen, we're just sitting, we're driving. So we have to be very intentional with our movement to relieve this pain, to improve our energy, to keep up with our kids. Because again, they're not sitting. Our kids are not sitting. They're all over the place. So of course we teach them. Uh, they learn from us sitting as they get a little bit older. But yeah. So again, thank you for coming on, taking the time. Share this with anyone that you know dealing with pain, low back pain, sciatica, herniated disc, any kind of pain. This will benefit them. And stay blessed. Continue to move and get awesome sleep. Have an amazing day, guys.